welcome to the Hot Dog Juice Show, Tenno. My name is Sunrend, your gracious host, and today we're going to be actually doing story time. So, if you can, please take a seat or stand up or whatever, dear Tennos and Tennoettes. We're going to be talking about way back in the day when there was no Plains of Eidolon, there was no Fortuna, there was no War Within, but there was the second Dream that did come out, and everything was kind of kicking off at that time. Everything was right as rain in the sense of like there was better interest in Warframe. It wasn't just some free-to-play game that these weird nerds were playing. And not to mention, for me, I had friends that were really into endgame already. We had attempted crazy feats, at least at that time. Now it seems like it was much more of a harder thing for us to do, but easier for you guys. And what I mean by that is there was a run that we did on tycho on the moon. When the second Dream came out, they introduced the moon as a new place to go around and adventure around and experience the whole idea of what happened to the moon in the whole story of Warframe. And you also acquired your Tenno at that time. Spoiler warning, but it's okay. I think it's been a couple of years. I think it's totally fine. And so anyhow, this was a run that I really wish I had more clips of. But let me give a little bit more context. Mag Prime. Yes, that person that you start with. Mag performed at that time much differently than she did right now. Not that it's saying that she is not immediately awesome and amazing at endgame, which she is, by the way. But at that time, it was a lot easier to understand how she was endgame. But at the same point, she was very hard to figure out where else you could be in endgame except fighting against Corpus. And just so consequently, Corpus were the main enemy you were fighting in Tycho, the survival. And it was a run that we did for about 3 hours, and it was amazing. I really wish I had actual clippage of this event, but I have to make do with giving you evidence of stuff that I did with Mag during this 3-hour run. And the reason why it was so amazing and effective using Mag is because of the fact that her only ability that gave her the ability to say, hey, I'm an endgame character, was her shield polarize. Her shield polarize, basically, when it dealt damage to an enemy, and if they had shields, it would take the maximum amount of the shields, destroy the shields immediately, and then deal all that damage, all that stuff that was accumulated from the shields, the maximum amount of the shields, and is dealt 2 health instead. So you can imagine, as enemies become bigger and fatter and meaner, their shields also do too, most particularly Corpus, because that's all they're about. That's all they're about, is having those big fatty shields. Now, all of a sudden, those big fatty shields are just absolutely reversed, and now they're killing machine. It's their way of death. So, as you can see, here's the image of the mission results as we finalized our time. The only reason why we ended at such a such a weird time, I should say, 3 hours and 8 minutes, is because we literally lost life support in a really weird way. We weren't killing anything worse than we were. I think it was just people weren't dropping life support at that time, and that is the record leaderboard that we put up for the Tycho mission. Later on, it was very much dwarfed by my own friends as they ran the mission again without me, just due to circumstance, and it was overdone by 5 hours. So that is the story that I wanted to give to you. It was a wonderful, fun run. It was damage went all over the place and everything. Hopefully, you enjoyed a little tidbit of my Warframe history, and we will talk to you mañana, Tenno.